So here we are. We want to talk to you about the possibility of you coming and joining us for working with horses in leadership. And one of the best ways we thought that you could make a decision is to talk to us just after a workshop, which we just finished. I'm Lisa Morell, founder of Equine Alchemy, and this is...
Hi everybody, I'm Linnea Brinkerhoff, Lisa Morell's beloved colleague, and we are looking forward to being with you in September, early September this year. And we thought a good opportunity for you would be to hear us speak about an experience we just had with a client who is involved in real estate investment in the heart of New York City. And they got to get outside of their normal circumstances and be with us for the last 2 days.
And one of the interesting things that I remember is that the man who hired us originally had been working with the horses with me before, so he knew somewhat of what to expect. But he didn't tell his team really very much about anything. He said something about, we're going to go talk to horses.
That's right.
So they came here completely full of skepticism.
Yeah.
And they had absolutely no idea what we were going to do.
That's true. Right, right. And one would think they would have been more prepared. So we thought we might prepare you better.
That's so true. So one of the things we had to begin with was to recognize that this is a culture of investment bankers to a large degree. So these were people who really had no connection with animals, with horses, with the outdoors, just about anything. And also they were really not clear about how horses would have anything to do with the kind of work that they were doing. But what were some of the things that they found out?
Well, we did an experience with them in the ring in which we were invited them to lead from their head, just thinking about leading the horse, and then from their heart, and from what is called the third brain, which is from the gut, and a place of power and will. And then to just simply observe how the horse responded to the different energies that they were putting out. And we like to say that this work is very much about, it's about earning the right to lead and engendering a followership and of people who want to follow. And so the horse gives immediate feedback in that way. And they are known as emotional prodigies. And so they can sense what's on our agenda emotionally, even spiritually, and certainly physically. And if we're in alignment or out of alignment with ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah, they probably thought that was very bizarre when we explained it to them too. But then they went and experienced it and went, now I see what you were talking about. So what they don't realize, and what we'd like to suggest to you, is that there are unconscious influences that we have that are impacting everything that we're doing, how we're relating to each other, how we're relating to people in our environment or our work situations. And by creating what we're calling a mind-body state, we're connecting the cognitive or intellect, the talking head, with the rest of us and making it all conscious. And the benefit of doing that is being able to relate in a very authentic way, but also in a very much more powerful way. And that's, I think, what you meant when you were talking about deserving the leadership, gaining the respect, and learning how to create followership. Simply by becoming aware of your entire self, head and body. And so I think that they had a really great experience with that. And then another thing that we did, which was terrific, was we did a group activity.
Right.
Where we not only had to look at ourselves, we got to look at the group dynamic.
We did. One of the most important things about working in a team is being able to understand where people's strengths lie and where someone starts and stops. And so how do the handoffs go? And so we were able to experience simply maintaining a rhythm and a solid set of movements with
consistently.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Or where did the workflow cease?
Right, where did it break down?
Mm-hmm.
What needed to happen to keep it flowing smoothly? Because all of those breakdowns cost money, they cost time. People were not understanding what was supposed to happen. It was great.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was fascinating. And the clear intent had to be strong, and the vision, the shared vision among the different players, so that that which they wanted to most affect, which in this case, metaphorically, but in actuality was the horse, was either would either simply hear the intention and follow through, or it would become very confused and not even know which direction to go.
And so it was kind of a consensual leadership exercise where at any given point, someone else was the leader. And the metaphor for work is that if one has a project or one has a product that they need to deliver, each person has an important and specific role, and sometimes they overlap. So that's what she means by the handoff. So how could you, first of all, become aware of how you do that, make sure that nothing falls between the cracks, and then you become more productive by becoming more consistent, having that rhythm that you talked about. So people came away with insights on themselves personally, as well as how that would apply in the workplace, and as as they are as a team in doing what they're trying to do. And actually, we have some of their comments as well, which you'll see after you take a look at this video.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Anything else? Only that we're just so excited.
We are. It's true, actually. We really are excited about coming to India. And one of the things that I think people were very surprised to see the natural power that they have access to, and yet it's really just a process of remembering. And
unlocking, someone said.
Right.
Unlocking those resources that they have from the body, and combining them.
Yeah, and the wisdom of emotions. And I like the distinction that we were making between emotional intelligence versus emotional agility. And so you want to...
And these were men. They're all men, except for one woman.
Yeah.
So that's always interesting. Sometimes women seem to open up more easily to emotions, but these men were able to, through the process of actually experiencing the work, they could tap into that part of their emotional intelligence, their ability to feel, to express themselves in a non-verbal way through their feeling, because that's what the horses were responding to. So I think they got the idea very clearly that there are different modes of communication that actually work better than just talking to someone. And we also, one thing that we did that we're thinking about doing here, we had a personality profile inventory, an assessment beforehand. So we were able to have people take a look at what their basic behavior patterns were, and then we got to see how they showed up in the work.
That's true.
And they were very similar. They validated each other. So that made it a little bit more grounding, rather than, oh my God, we're going to go do this thing with horses. They had an opportunity to see how the two things go together. Traditional leadership resources and material and learning, combined with experiential learning with horses.
Right. And stylistically, in any team, you need someone who's dominant and a strong decision maker and sees their way clear to a vision. You need people who are the influencers and who, well, like to be the life of the party and are strong at relationship. And you need people who are steady and get the work done and keep the rhythm and the beat of the team. And you also need folks who are very detail-oriented and conscientious. And so these are some of the styles that it is that we seek to surface. And so we would do that work with you as well.
And what this team found out is they had too many people in charge and not enough people to actually execute the work.
Yes.
And that awareness was very important to them, because they didn't have anyone to execute.
Right.
And they didn't have anyone for the quality control except one person. So this one person was feeling the weight of what do you say, 800%
Yeah.
from all of the rest of the team. So I think they made a hiring decision after that to get some support for this person.
That's true, they did.
Yeah.
That's true, they did.
So they're actually going to function differently, not just from the awarenesses, but they made some operational and hiring decisions as a result of this work.
Yep, and the conversation is now on the table, and they have new language to be able to talk with each other, so that's a great thing.
You can tell we like what we do, huh?
Yeah, it's good to be outside, it's good to be with the horses, as someone said, it's primitive. It's the language that somehow our body begins to remember, and the horses are reteaching us this. So, and it's not every day we all get to hang out with horses and outside, and with each other, and with you. So we look forward to doing so soon. Please join us.
And we will be able to answer any of your questions. I'm sure there's going to be information with this to let you know how to contact us, and we'd be happy to answer any of your questions. So, thank you. Namaste.